Right, today I'm going to be taking a look at a classic comic book from the 1970s. This is Marvel Comics and the Electric Company present Spidey Super Stories. I remember this in bargain bins when I was a kid in the 80s and being perplexed by it. Electric Company was a PBS TV series made by the Children's Television Workshop, hot off their success of the 1969 debut of Sesame Street. And Sesame Street was a huge phenomenon, novel idea at the time. It was directed at inner city youth who were failing in their classes, and so they made a whole show called, of course, Sesame Street, which lives on today. And the idea of using television that was very accessible through PBS to teach kids and reach kids was a huge idea, sparked the public imagination, big phenomenon at the time. And so when it came time to do another show, what happened was there was apparently a study done that reading was very low among inner city youth. And so they created, the Children's Television Workshop created the Electric Company, which debuted in 1971. At this point, of course, because of their success of Sesame Street, they had a lot of big star power behind it. So Stan Lee wanted to put Spider-Man in this thing. And I don't know who approached who, but as legend has it, Stan Lee just wanted $1 for the rights to put Spider-Man in their show. And it is the first live-action Spider-Man. There might be some commercial appearance by a live-action Spider-Man. I don't think so before this time. And there might have been some live appearances by a live-action Spider-Man, but on screen, Danny Segrin, who was a dancer, became Spider-Man, and Spider-Man never spoke. He just spoke in word balloons so that children could read it like a comic book. So Marvel, of course, made a tie-in, Spidey Super Stories, which is directed at children and has less reading than your average comic. You see here to the left says the Electric Company and Sesame Street are productions of the Children's Television Workshop. Now let's scroll below. And other people who appeared in the Electric Company are Rita Moreno, who was hot off the heels of an Oscar win and couldn't get another job, apparently. So she won an Oscar for West Side Story. And here to the left is a character called Easy Reader. This is a later costume in the series. Easy Reader was played by Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman got his big break on the Electric Company in his 40s, and this is where his career starts. Pretty awesome stuff. See to the bottom right, it says, Easy Reader says this comic book is easy to read. First of all, they talk about his webbing, so how he creates his webbing. Pretty cool stuff. So this is all a primer for Spider-Man, supposedly for kids who were probably already reading Amazing Spider-Man and everything else. So they show how the webbing works. The web shooter can shoot out a thick glue or a wide web or a strong rope. Spidey Super Stories. Spider-Man is born. So here's a recounting of the origin. And so they show a splash page of basically the origin, but we're going to go through all of this based on the origin story by Stan Lee. They don't credit Steve Ditko here. Gene Thomas is the writer here, with little help from Bill Afros. And Winslow Mortimer and Mike Esposito are the artists. John Romita is the art director, and Roy Thomas is the editor. And you see this comic was published in 1974. So here's Peter Parker and all of the characters that you know. I think that's Liz Allen there, and Flash Thompson, and they're updated for the 70s with brand new 70s clothing. I like the way they all look here by the artists. I like their hair and the detailing and everything. Peter Parker is a big nerd. They all make fun of him. Here's Aunt May. Aunt May serving up hotcakes. That seems to be the recurring theme in most of the published recountings of the origin. I like the hair here on Peter Parker. There's a lot of detailing going on. Pretty neat stuff. One thing you'll probably notice that's missing is Uncle Ben. Big part of the origin, but Uncle Ben is not here. I think maybe the powers that be thought it was too much. If this was going to be for little kids, him dying and everything, and then Peter Parker being all selfish and all that stuff was probably too much. But then again, who were the Spider-Man comics for? Anyways, Parker wants to go to this radioactive demonstration thing, and so he's there. And you see all this stuff is updated. So all this was recounted, of course, in Amazing Fantasy 15, but it's all redrawn here and redone dialogue-wise. So here a Spider, of course, is caught in the crosshairs of these radioactive, whatever the heck they are. This is like super dangerous, like even back then. Anyways, the Spider bites Peter Parker. He says, "Why is the spider glowing? Why is my hand burning?" And this was in the original where the doctors make fun of Peter Parker. They're like, "Oh, our experiment scared the poor boy." It's like, I feel strange power in my body. And then jumps out of the way of a car. This is in the original. It's like, how did I jump so high? And cling to this wall. So he's like climbing the wall. And these characters see Peter Parker. And he crushes this little pipe. That's in the origin as well. Somehow that spider bite caused this. So you see like all the word balloons are smaller. Little declarative points for a little kid to read. Maybe about a 6-year-old or 5-year-old or something. Of the powers of a spider. I mean, again, at the time, kids were probably reading the real Spider-Man comics anyways. So here he lifts a car to see if he can. He's lifting this car out of the way of this fire hydrant. Probably breaking the axle too. I don't know. Here a safe drops on him. I can't remember if this was in the original. But no one comes to claim it or anything. He realizes that there is some sort of spider sense. You see the lines around his head. So he's thinking about this and goes, I know, I must use my powers to help others. So there's no, talk show and wrestling match or anything like this. And so he just immediately creates a Spider-Man outfit rather than the pre-outfit that he had before in the original origin. And creates a substance that even 3M has never created. And he makes his little spider webbing here. I like this panel. Pretty cool. It's got the Spider-Man outfit on the chair and like him zipping the webbing. Now I'm going to be Spider-Man. I'm a hero automatically. The kids laughed and called me a leaf lover. Now here comes Spider-Man. So that's it. That's the origin. No Uncle Ben. No selfishness. Just like straight to the point. Here's Spidey signs up. So 15 minutes before showtime, I'm in trouble at the electric company. So here's the electric company. Here's Rita Moreno, I think, is to the left, beside that blonde. All these characters, I think, are actors from the show. So Electric Company was like a sketch show, sort of like Laugh-In, which most people don't know nowadays, or even like Saturday Night Live. It's sketches with comedians to try and get kids to read. There's a lot of stuff where like, words would come up and they do something with that. Or, as I said, with Spider-Man, there were word balloons that pop up like a comic book. Pretty neat stuff. Anyways, here comes Easy Reader to the right here. I thought the Electric Company got power from the Children's Television Workshop. Here, they're pushing the Children's Television Workshop. Here comes Spider-Man. I bet Spider-Man could help. If he can climb this thing, so can I. It's like, please help fix the cable, or fans will be watching the test pattern. Then let's scoot. And here he is coming to the Electric Company's aid. And so he fixes it with his webbing and all that stuff. And they're like, 3 cheers for Sylvia, who got Spider-Man here in it, and for a new star Spider-Man. So here's Spider-Man and Spidey meets the spoiler. This is very reminiscent of the sketches they do with Spider-Man in the show. So here's the spoiler. He's got these big symbols or whatever. Based on the Electric Company script by Tom Wheaton. So I can't remember if this was a real script from the show, like that they actually did this. Anyway, I'm just distracted by his knees. I guess like he has like torn up knees or something here. Or wall crawlers looking for clues. Clues for what? I don't know. But anyways, this is some sort of weird, nasty sandwich. And then he finds another one, no dogs allowed. It's like, who would spoil a dog's morning walk? I know who. The spoiler. He publishes spoilers of movies online. But spoiler meant something different back then. This is 1974. So I'm the villain who loves to spoil things, like balloons. He pops a balloon. And ice cream. He symbols it or whatever. Did you say something, dear? I also like to spoil signs, so like out is in. And here comes Morgan Freeman. It doesn't look anything like him, it's just Easy Reader. Anyways, he falls down unconscious from running into a door because it says in when it should say, no, it says out when it should say in. I don't know. And then that's your own fault. Anyways, Spider-Man is trying to catch the spoiler. I always wanted to spoil Spider-Man's day. Let's duel, Spider-Man. Your spoiling days are over. He's gonna fight him with a plunger. I don't know. And here comes his big symbols. Where's the Marvel Legends figure of Spoiler? Spoiler and Spider-Man 2-pack. So anyways, Spider-Man puts everything to rights here with the signs. Boy, he sure spoiled that wall. So he punches him through a wall, which should kill him, but it doesn't. So, here you go, man. First Black Spider-Man. This a new story, based on the story by Byron Priest. And here, this kid is singing the theme from Electric Company. We're going to turn it on. We're going to bring you the power. And it's like this. The theme song is actually pretty exciting when you watch it on YouTube. Pretty cool. Anyways, he wanders into this block, and I guess it's like protected by a gang, and it's like turf. It's like it's their turf or whatever. I just want to go to Vi's Diner. And so they push him into a puddle and knock him unconscious. And, little hint here, the left side of this panel is all cloudy, and then the right side is all normal again. So, this guy laments this bully, and he has all this, like, Marvel stuff on his walls. Hulk was very popular at the time because of the TV series with Bill Bixby and Lou Ferrigno. Spider-Man comes knocking, and he's like, what's wrong? Like, I've come because I need your help. I must go out of town, and I want you to take my place. So now this kid's gonna take Spider-Man's place, and Spider-Man has a little package for him, and it's a brand new Spider-Man costume. There you go. And here's how the webbing works. So he shows him how the webbing works, and it's like, be cool, Dwayne. And so this kid is now going to be the new Spider-Man. Now he's the new Spider-Man. So new Spider-Man is swinging around, and someone's attacking him. Who could that be? It's Electro. So Electro is attacking the new Spider-Man. And it's like, keep jumping, Spider-Man. You'll run out of power before I do. You're one electric company I can do without. You're done, Electro. And then Electro is like, I'm not done, Spider-Man, but your hand is well done. So he fries his hand. I like that it's a classic Electro. You've lost your last fight. Now I'll suck it to you. My web shooter won't work. And so here comes the Vulture, and he's going to attack Spider-Man. So they're all like, we gotta help Spider-Man. He's getting his ass kicked by the Vulture for some reason. So they throw their pies at... Ready, aim, fire! And they all, like, throw pies at the Vulture. So the Vulture is defeated by pies. And here comes Electro, and he is defeated by Spritzer. And so Spider-Man falls into a puddle. And it turns out that Dwayne was dreaming. He was knocked unconscious. These bully kids, had unintentionally knocked him unconscious. He didn't mean to hurt you. It's like, where's my spider suit? What? Oh, nothing. Dwayne, we're sorry. Really mean that, man. I'm glad you really mean it. You almost killed that kid. You're a free man on our turf. Solid. Yeah, and they're like, it's fine, like, you can now cross their turf. Why is there turf? Why is this normal? Like, God, like, you almost killed this child, doing your stupid turf bull crap. Like, what are you gonna, like, an old lady wants to get into her apartment, and you're gonna, like, throw her into a puddle too? Anyways, the secrets of Spider-Man's mask. So here's a whole thing about Spider-Man. This is a whole just primer on Spider-Man. Spidey covered the eye cutouts with plastic. That plastic works like a one-way mirror. Yeah, so you've seen this before in other, like, annuals and things. And he changes his voice. They gloss over that in the comics. So there you go. Next issue, The Secrets of Spider-Man's Costume. And here's the back of the comic. Spider-Man joins the Electric Company. And here's the whole cast here. More cast. And that's about it. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough. Spidey Super Stories #1. A forgotten Spider-Man comic from an almost forgotten TV series. But pretty cool stuff. I remember owning a few issues of these from back issue bins and thinking it was kind of like fun and cool. And it's a neat little footnote on Spider-Man lore. And basically, it represents the first live-action Spider-Man on any screen. So, I hope you enjoyed this. Please give a like to this video. And please subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. Lots of great comic book stuff on here. So until next time, take care.